Okay, I'm getting ready to make my oyster stew. And what I'm going to do is I am going to take 4 tablespoons of butter. And I'm going to go ahead and melt this in the pan. And get it melted. I've got a half of an onion and some celery, and I've got 1 clove of garlic here. Going to need that. I have some, let me turn this down a little. I'm using some fresh cracked pepper and some cayenne pepper. And once you get your butter melted, and of course I don't have fresh oysters, I got them from work. Got a really killer of a deal on them, which makes me very happy. And my butter, just a small piece of it, is not melted now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add my flour to this. And I'm going to use a little more milk than what it calls for. So I'm using 3 tablespoons of flour and whisking that all together. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add my celery, my onions, and I'm going to get that cooking. And what I've done is I've actually strained my oysters, okay? And right now I have 1½ cups of the liquid. And go ahead and add that to your pot. And I have another jar that I'm going to add. And when I show you guys the killer deal that I got on this, $1.99. Oh, goodness gracious. Hold on. I didn't have any problems opening up the other ones. I'm going to go ahead and strain that. Let me get this oyster. I got an oyster that went in. And I don't want that in there yet. Okay, and what you're going to do is you're going to let this come. Oh, yeah, sorry, I didn't think it was recording. What you're going to do is let this come up to a simmer. And you're going to let it simmer for a few minutes. There's more liquid in here. I'm going to go ahead and strain them. And I like to keep whisking this just so it doesn't stick. I'm turning the oven on because I have mushrooms in there now. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn this down a little bit for a second. I'm going to go ahead and get my pepper in. Okay, I'm going to be using, as I said, I like my oyster stew a little bit thicker than, I don't like it really thin. So what I'm going to be using is I'm going to be using actually milk, and I'm going to be using some heavy whipping cream. And I'm going to try to show this to you. It's a little difficult to show you without spilling it. Okay, this is just cooked for a few minutes. Who's on the back? Look like a piece of lettuce. Okay, so I am going to, right now I'm going to be taking 2 cups of milk. And I'm going to be adding it to this. And I'm going to be using a cup of heavy whipping cream. And I'm going to use this and see how it comes out. I'm going to use the black sea salt. And I'm just going to use a little bit, not a lot. And I'm just going to bring this back up to a simmer for a few minutes. And then I'm just going to add a dash of cayenne pepper, not a lot. Just give it a little bit of heat. And I still have some liquid in here. And while this is cooking, you want to go ahead and just like kind of look through your oysters, make sure there's no shells in there. Which this is a pretty good company. It's from Virginia, so they're pretty good. Okay. And so it's coming back up to a simmer. So what you want to do is you want to go ahead and add your oysters to it, and you want to cook this until your oysters, the ends start to curl up, and then just remove it from the heat. And I'm going to let my onions and my celery cook just a little bit longer. And let me show you, if I can show you. This is not thick at all. I mean, it's a nice, thin. But with the whipping cream, if I do let it cook a little bit longer, it is definitely going to thicken even more. So, and it looks like the onions are getting soft. So I'm going to go ahead and add my oysters into this. At this point, you do not want to use your whisk. You want to switch over to a spoon. Because if not, you'll be breaking the oysters up. And this was like I'm not sure how many ounces these were. Probably about 8 ounces maybe. Yep, 8 ounces. And you can see, let me see if I can get one out and show you. Let me get a big one. You can actually, I'm going to move that. Move this over here for you. You can actually see that the oyster is starting to crawl on the right here. So, and that's it. And when I get everything plated, I'll be back.